I'm actually speechless.
When we started this broadcast, I was clean shaven, with Wilkinson sword clean shaven, and the Grimster had no gitty goatee beard at all. Blow it! Is that the water kelpie I just heard? Grim? What's that the water kelpie? We have set up bowls of water around this room to see if we can see any ripples of anything untoward. Okay? Don't forget you can carry out your own experiments in a bathtub, okay, with a camera to see if you can recreate the surgeon's famous photo. That's the neck coming out of the water, like this. Okay? Back over to the Grimster.
Let me just compose myself, hang on. Okay. Are you quite finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
I think we need to cut to commercial or something.
And don't forget the Lagerfeld worm that I told you about. A worm that is longer than a football pitch. Now obviously if you had a football team, this worm will be very handy to have on your side because it can be at the offside rule and everything. It'd be very handy, I would think. Alright, let's go on to the next piece of let's go on to the next piece of monster news. Okay, the Mokel Memby, which shocks everyone that hears the name. The
What's shocking
Mokel.
me is you're not letting me have a chance to say mine.
The Mokel Memby. Okay, we're going to come back to that after the Grim has done Marmite stuff.
Thanks for that. You've just brought the surprise of the big
Oh no,
paranormal issue.
anniversary stuff.
No, I've done that. I've given up on that. I think we're running out of time.
That's the Mokel Memby there.
Oh, that's it, is it?
Quite scary.
And someone in the bar. Okay, yes, Marmite, love it or hate it. It's the big paranormal debate, and we have exhaustively tested this. And what we have discovered in a massive poll of... Sorry, yes.
It's a massive poll.
Yeah, of the nation. And we have found that 70% actually love Marmite. And the other 30%, not that we're biased or anything, are idiots. So, yes, I thought I would run through a little bit of the history of Marmite. What is Marmite? Where does it come from? These facts are sort of readily available on the internet. So yeah.
But we went straight to the factory. Carry on, Grim.
I'll come on to the factory in a minute. So what is Marmite? Is it manna from heaven? Is it... Excuse me. Is it manna from heaven? Or
Does it make everyone cough that says the name? Back to
Sorry,
you,
it's just I haven't had much chance to talk, so my throat's gone dry.
Back to you, Grim.
Yes, so is it manna from heaven? Is it thrush in a pot? We don't know. All I know is the history...
Birds in a pot. I thought people were more interested in the Mokel Memby or Lagerfeld's worm than birds in a pot. Right, as Grim seems to be unable to continue, we will go right down to the Congo, right, and there's a lake in the Congo called Lake Tele, okay, it's nothing to do with televisions, it's called Lake Tele, and it takes 2 weeks to walk there. There are no roads that go to it.
Why did I agree to do this with you?
Because you're interested in cryptozoology.
I used to be.
In this lake is reported dinosaurs walking around this lake, okay, and they've been given the name the Mokel Memby, okay, which is the correct way of saying it if you're Congolese.
Well, I'm
Okay.
not, so...
Okay, and footprints have been seen, and an airplane flying over has taken photographs of what look like dinosaurs walking around this lake. And back to Grim.
Yeah, so the history of Marmite. It was first discovered on the 16th of April, I'm going back to the other thing now, 836 BC by the Egyptians, and it was forgotten about until 14 AD when it was rediscovered by the Romans, and it was used, excuse me, it was used as a lubricant and food for slaves. Stocks ran out shortly after, and it was therefore substituted with a mixture of...
Carry on.
I will do in a minute. Yeah, so it's substituted with a mixture of olive oil and, and burnt matches was used instead. The Crusades, thought to be a holy war. The Crusades, thought to be a holy war, were actually a battle fought over the Marmite stocks kept in the Middle East. In fact, you may have heard the Knights. Sorry, I've got people laughing off set. Yeah, sorry about the unprofessionalness of this. I can only apologise, not only for what's being said, but also for the streams of Stella coming out of Red's nose. Yes, so you may have heard of the Knights Templar.
Knights Templar.
Yes.
There's another one. The Crusades, King Alfred and everything.
Jeez.
Back to Grimm.
Yes. So, Knights Templar, what does it mean?
St George's Dragon. Was that Dragon and Mokel Mimby? Back to Grimm.
Would you just shut up? Another primitive 50p swear box. What does Knights Templar actually mean? Knights, obvious, Knights. Templar actually means guardians of the Easty Goodness.
Can I say something, Grimm?
You can if you want.
Were the Knights Templar ever seen in daytime? Or only at night?
Depends.
Well, no one knows because they're all dead. Back to Grimm. But they did have a cross there. So, yeah, were they angry? We don't know. Back to Grimm.
You do talk utter bollocks.
No, it's all cryptozoology. The science.
Well, it's not a Templar, that's history.
Yeah, but St George's Dragon, that could have been a dinosaur.
Or it could have been a real dragon.
Yeah.
It could have just been a made up story. Okay, so, Marmite.
It's on sovereign rings. It must be true.
There are lots of things on sovereign rings. Yes, so, Marmite. Where does it occur in literature, pop culture, that kind of thing? Well, actually, I can tell you that Marmite inspired Frank Herbert's Dune novels. As Baron Harkonnen in the novels actually said, he who controls the spice controls the universe. He was actually talking about Marmite, and it harks back to his uni days. Sorry. Harks back to his uni days when he was too poor to afford Marmite. It's often sort of...
Go on, carry on.
Can I?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
Okay. It's often alluded...
I didn't know a lot of this Marmite information. I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
I didn't know about whatever that says.
Well, now you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't forget, viewers out there, if you're still awake, pay-per-view. Pigs TV coming to a screen near you.
My alarm clock's just gone off, so...
Yes, well, all them people out there that set their alarm clock for half an hour, you'll be waking up soon, and you will be joining Pigs TV Live
Still
with
live.
Oink and the Grimm talking about Marmite. Back to Grimm.
Thanks. So yeah, it's eluded the great scientific minds as to what it actually is. I can tell you, it's element number 119 on the periodic table.
Yes, 119.
Yes, 119.
118 was Bovril.
No, it wasn't.
No, 118 was those weird blokes that run around with handlebar moustaches.
Oh yes, 118, 118. Yes.
Yes, there's two of them.
Yes.
Many more if you watch the London Marathon. Marmite, Marmite is found in natural stocks. It's been mined all over the world, most commonly in Uzbekistan, northern Ukraine, Bolivia, Chile, and outside Leighton Buzzard. That was thought to be it until it was actually discovered 30 miles off the Great Barrier Reef, which made it a big coup because that was thought to be only the area where you would find Vegemite.
I didn't know any of this, so it's really opened my mind.
I thought it might do.
Yeah.
Obviously, just as a sort of a word of warning, it's very, very dangerous to eat it in sort of raw, pure form. The street form is often cut with iron filings and cat hair to bring... Sorry,
In case you're wondering why we're coughing,
Yeah.
there seems to be a lot of smoke
Or not
in
enough.
here. We don't know if we've overloaded the system or not,
We've overloaded
but we will
something.
continue regardless.
Yes. So yeah, it's often cut with various things, iron filings, cat hair, that kind of thing, to bring the purity to a more palatable level. What more can I say about that, really?
Well, a lot more information than that, because I'm none the wiser, really.
Obviously, there is another form of Marmite which is actually made in sort of a honey kind of way by bees that are only sort of exposed to twiglets.
Yes, bees are
I'll
only
give up. I'll
bees
give
that
up.
are only exposed to twiglets.
It's a crypto thing, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. So it brings